Ladies and gentlemen, listen up because today I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm here to shake things up. You want more energy, more clarity, more strength. Then it starts with the simplest thing you do every single day, drinking water. But here's the truth. If you just keep sipping it plain, you're missing the opportunity to transform your body, your mindset, and your life. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to add to that glass of water to unlock the version of you that's stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. Hydration is power, not a habit, and yet most people treat it as just another box to check off in their day. They sip water mindlessly, thinking it's about quenching thirst, but they miss the real truth. Water is not optional fuel, it is the very foundation of human performance. Every single cell in your body depends on it. Your muscles, your brain, your organs. None of them can function at full capacity without hydration. When you start to understand that, you stop seeing water as a chore and start seeing it as a weapon, as the difference between dragging through your day and dominating it. Think about this. You can go weeks without food, but only days without water. That's not coincidence. That's biology shouting at you. Your blood is mostly water. Your brain is mostly water. And when you dehydrate even slightly, your energy crashes, your focus blurs, your metabolism slows. It's not about drinking water because they said so. It's about realizing that hydration is literally the switch that turns your power on or keeps it off. You wouldn't try to run your car with no gas, but everyday people try to run their bodies without the fuel of hydration. And then they wonder why they feel tired, foggy, and weak. Now let's flip the perspective. What happens when you truly hydrate? Your body comes alive. Your cells fire more efficiently. Your digestion smooths out. Your skin clears. Your mind sharpens. That mid-afternoon slump, gone. That excuse of being too tired to move, dismantled. Hydration isn't just about survival, it's about optimization. It's about unlocking that higher gear inside you that you've been sitting on without realizing. You don't need another energy drink. You don't need another quick fix. You need to hydrate with intention, with purpose, with power. This is not a habit. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Checking your phone is a habit. Hydration is a non negotiable act of claiming control over your performance. It's a decision to fuel your life instead of draining it. When you understand hydration as power, you stop waiting to feel thirsty before you drink because thirst is already your body begging for help. You start to see every sip as fuel, every glass as an investment in strength. Every refill is a step toward becoming sharper, faster, stronger. And suddenly, that glass of water you used to take for granted becomes the most powerful tool you own. Would you like me to make the expansion for Keynote Fight 2 just as intense and motivational, or a little more as practical and science-based? What you add determines what you become, and this is true not just for your glass of water, but for every choice you make, every action you take, and every thought you allow into your mind. Water on its own is essential, but when you add to it, whether it's nutrients, minerals, or even a shift in perspective, you elevate it from basic to powerful. The same is true for your life. You are not simply a sum of what you've been given. You are the result of what you choose to add. Every single day, you decide what goes into your body, what goes into your mind, what goes into your environment, and those decisions shape who you become. Most people underestimate the impact of small additions. They think change has to come from a complete overhaul, but transformation often comes from what you sprinkle in. Add lemon to your water, and suddenly you're boosting digestion and cleansing your system. Add electrolytes, and you're replenishing what sweat and stress take away. Add discipline, and you begin to see progress. Add grit, and suddenly you can push past resistance. The principle is simple. What you add doesn't just sit there, it transforms the whole. Think about the foods you add to your plate, the words you add to your daily conversations, the routines you add to your mornings. These aren't neutral. They either fuel you or drain you. If you add negativity, excuses, processed junk, laziness, that's what compounds into your results. If you add intention, resilience, nourishing fuel, consistent action, you create an entirely different outcome. What you add, no matter how small it feels in the moment, compounds into the person you are becoming. It's easy to think you are at the mercy of your circumstances, but the truth is, you hold the power through addition. You can't always subtract the stresses of life, but you can add strategies to handle them. You can't erase the past, but you can add habits that shape the future. Even the strongest people aren't born unstoppable. They just keep adding the right things day after day until their entire identity shifts. And that shift begins with awareness, with asking yourself, what am I adding today? What am I pouring into my body, into my mindset, into my goals? A single addition might feel like it doesn't matter, but that's the lie that keeps people stuck. One workout added to your week changes how you see yourself. One healthy choice added to your meals changes how your body functions. One positive voice added to your circle changes how you think. One step added to your routine creates momentum. Over time, those additions stack, they build, and they redefine who you are. You are the architect of your future, not because of what's handed to you, but because of what you choose to add. Do you want me to keep the same high energy motivational ton for Keynote Faney 3 or shift it toward S science driven breakdown? Fuel cells, fuel focus, fuel life, because everything you are capable of comes down to the energy inside your body and how well you choose to feed it. Every cell in your body is like a tiny engine running nonstop to keep you alive, moving, thinking, and performing. Those cells don't run on hope, they run on fuel. And when you supply them with the right ingredients, they don't just get by, they thrive. That's the difference between barely making it through the day and showing up with power, clarity, and resilience. Your cells are the foundation of your focus. Your focus is the driver of your actions, and your actions are what create your life. When your cells are hydrated, nourished, and energized, they send signals that keep your body balanced and your mind sharp. You experience better endurance, sharper memory, faster recovery, and a deeper ability to push through challenges. When your cells are neglected, they cry out with fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, and cravings. This isn't just about biology, it's about your life experience. Every time you fuel your body, you're choosing the quality of the energy you'll have to show up at work, to chase your goals, to train in the gym, to engage in relationships, and to push yourself one step further. The strength of your focus doesn't come from willpower alone. It comes from the energy your cells deliver to your brain. Focus is your greatest currency in this noisy world. Without it, you drift, you procrastinate, you waste time on things that don't move you forward. With it, you cut through distraction, you stay locked in on your vision, you take action with precision. But focus cannot exist in a body that's running on fumes. It's not just about mental toughness, it's about cellular energy. When you fuel your cells with hydration, nutrients, and oxygen, your brain has the power to lock in and perform. Fuel cells, and you unlock focus. Fuel focus, and you create momentum. And momentum, once started, is what fuels your life. Life isn't built on big occasional wins. It's built on the energy you bring day after day. If your cells are starved, your life will feel starved. If your cells are fueled, your life expands. Energy is the foundation of possibility. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if your body can't keep up, ambition dies. You can dream about goals, but if your focus is scattered, dreams stall. You can want transformation, but without cellular energy, your drive collapses. Everything you want in life is tied to the strength of your energy, and energy begins at the cellular level. Would you like me to expand Keynote Note Point 4 in the same motivational rhythm? Or would you prefer a slightly calmer coaching style delivery for balance? Small choices, massive impact. Because the reality is that the difference between success and failure, between transformation and stagnation, is rarely one giant decision. It is the accumulation of small, seemingly insignificant choices stacked over time. People love to believe that it takes one breakthrough moment to change everything, but breakthroughs are born from consistent micro decisions. The glass of water you choose over soda, the 10 minutes of movement you choose over staying on the couch, the 5 minutes of gratitude you choose over scrolling aimlessly. These choices are so small in the moment that they're easy to dismiss, but Compounded, they have the power to redefine your body, your mindset, and your life. It's easy to think that small doesn't matter because the payoff isn't immediate. You don't see your body change after one workout. You don't feel unstoppable after one day of drinking more water. You don't become a master of focus after one night of good sleep. And that's where most people quit. They don't respect the power of small. They chase dramatic results, massive overnight changes. And when those don't appear, they fall back into old patterns. But the truth is, every massive result is built on small actions that nobody notices. Small is the foundation, small is the compounding force, small is the secret to the life you want. Think about the habits you've already created. Brushing your teeth takes 2 minutes, yet you do it every day without fail because you understand the compounding effect of neglecting it. Why not treat your health, your energy, your goals with the same level of respect? Imagine if you chose one small upgrade each day, adding lemon to your water, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, reading 5 pages of a book instead of scrolling on your phone. These don't feel life changing in the moment, but in reality, they are stacking into who you are becoming. In 6 months, those 5 pages a day are an entire library of knowledge. In a year, those small workouts add up to hundreds of sessions of strength. In a decade, those small changes are the difference between a life of vitality and a life of regret. The mind resists small because it craves drama. It wants the big move, the drastic gesture, the bold announcement that change is happening. But true change doesn't shout, it whispers. It builds silently in the background until one day people look at you and say, "How did you do it?" And the answer is never one giant leap. It's always the small choices nobody saw. Every decision you make is a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. You don't need to win by a landslide in one day. You win by casting votes for yourself over and over through the small things. Do you want me to keep keynote no point 5 in the same intense motivational fire? Or make it more as a mindful and reflective, since it's about listening to the body? Your body doesn't lie, listen, because it is speaking to you every single day with signals that are designed to guide you, protect you, and push you toward balance. The problem is most people ignore those signals, dismiss them, or drown them out with distractions. Fatigue, cravings, headaches, bloating, mood swings, brain fog, none of these are random. They are messages from your body saying something is off, something is missing, something needs attention. Instead of listening, people mask the symptoms with caffeine, sugar, quick fixes, or denial, and then they wonder why the problems don't go away. Your body is the most honest coach you'll ever have. It doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about willpower. It doesn't care about your schedule. It responds only to the truth of how you treat it. When you start to tune in instead of tune out, everything changes. That mid afternoon crash, it's not normal. It's your body telling you it needs hydration, nutrients, or better sleep. Those constant sugar cravings. Not weakness, but your body begging for steady fuel instead of spikes and crashes. That stiffness in your back, not aging, but your body pleading for movement. You can ignore these whispers, but when you do, they turn into shouts, chronic fatigue, illness, injuries, burnout. Your body will always fight for balance. But if you refuse to listen, it will force you to pay attention in harsher ways. Listening to your body doesn't mean giving into every urge. It means interpreting signals with awareness. Hunger is not the enemy, it's feedback. Thirst is not an inconvenience, it's communication. Stress is not weakness, it's a signal that something in your environment or your habits needs to shift. The more you connect with these signals, the more you can respond in ways that build strength instead of sabotage. Water when you're thirsty, rest when you're depleted, fuel with quality when you're hungry, move when you're stiff, breathe when you're tense. Your body is giving you the roadmap, but you have to respect the signals. People chase outside advice, endless diets, strict programs, but the most powerful guidance system has always been inside you. When you eat something that makes you feel sluggish, that's data. When you move in a way that makes you feel energized, that's data. When you stay up too late and struggle the next day, that's data. Your body is constantly tracking what helps and what hurts, and the answers are always there if you choose to listen. You don't need to wait for a crisis to pay attention. You don't need to let your body break before you decide to hear it. You build resilience, strength, and energy not by silencing your body, but by partnering with it. Every symptom is a message, every feeling is feedback, every response is a clue. Would you like Keynote No. Point 6 to close with a Possess Powerful call to action style expansion since it's the final one? Or keep it consistent with the rest as a steady motivational build? Upgrade your water, upgrade yourself, because transformation doesn't always come from drastic changes. Sometimes it comes from elevating the basics. Water is the simplest element of your daily routine, something so ordinary that most people don't even think twice about it. But the truth is, that glass you take for granted can either be just a liquid to quench thirst, or it can be a powerful tool for fueling energy, cleansing your system, sharpening your focus, and strengthening your performance. When you shift your mindset from water as a routine to water as an opportunity, you unlock a simple yet profound way to elevate your health and your life. Your body is built on water. Every cell, every organ, every process depends on it. But the quality of what you drink and what you add to it can be the difference between running on empty and running on high performance. Add lemon, and you're not just hydrating, you're supporting digestion and detox. Add minerals, and you're not just replenishing, you're restoring balance at the cellular level. Add electrolytes after training, and you're not just quenching thirst, you're recharging your endurance. Water becomes more than water, it becomes a tool for transformation. And when you start upgrading something so fundamental, you begin to see ripple effects in every other part of your life. The principle is bigger than the liquid in your glass. It's about refusing to settle for the default. Ordinary water is good, but upgraded water is better. Ordinary effort gets you by, but upgraded effort gets you ahead. Ordinary choices keep you stuck, but upgraded choices move you forward. When you begin to upgrade in one area, you naturally start to look for upgrades in others. That's the power of raising your standards, even in the smallest, most everyday habits. Most people wait for motivation to strike, wait for the perfect plan, wait for the big moment of change. But upgrading doesn't wait. Upgrading is about the decision to take what you already do every day and make it better. You already drink water, upgrade it. You already eat, upgrade it. You already move, upgrade it. Every upgrade compounds, and the version of you that emerges is not accidental, it's intentional. When you start with water, you train your brain to look for improvement everywhere. It's not about perfection, it's about elevation. It's about refusing to live on autopilot. It's about understanding that your habits are shaping you, whether you realize it or not. If you drink water thoughtlessly, you miss the chance to optimize. If you live your life thoughtlessly, you miss the chance to grow. Upgrading your water is a metaphor for upgrading your choices, your standards, your commitment. It reminds you that small changes in the ordinary are what create the extraordinary. What you pour into your glass reflects what you pour into your life. And if you choose to upgrade one, you inevitably upgrade the other.